Welcome back to my channel, Everything Educator Related. Today we're going to talk about two apps I used to help me pass my general knowledge reading exam. So the first one is this green one on your left, and the other one is this blue icon app on your right. Now I'm going to go deeper into this, where I show you what the apps look like, the type of passages that are on the apps and everything. So first to mention, I downloaded I'm sorry guys, I don't know how to talk. So first to mention, I downloaded these apps from Play Store. Now this is the first one. It is called Reading Comprehension Test English. Now this is how it will look when you go on Play Store. So this is just a brief preview of what you're downloading, and the ratings are 4.6. Now I'm gonna open the app so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now upon entering the app, you have practice by levels, short comprehension, ESL reading, passage completion, extra comprehension reading. Now the three parts I used to study for my exam was practice by levels, short comprehension, and the extra comprehension reading. Now I'm not gonna promise you that this app is gonna help you to pass, but it's gonna help you to get your practice in, because there are a lot of comprehension passages on here you could study from. Now when you open the first part, you're gonna see 10 levels. Now level 1 of course is the easiest types, and as I said before, there are a lot of practice questions, so even level 1 has like 10 tests. Okay, so this is the first passage. Of course it will be the easiest. Now you see passage reading. This is where you see the passage, and then you have the answer sheet. This is where you go ahead to answer the questions. Now I do not recommend using level 1 passages. I recommend using level 10, because these are more rigorous ones, as you could see here. And I think, my opinion is, you're gonna get passages like these on the exams, not too short, not too long. I'm not saying that there won't be long passages, but there are probably like 2 passages or so that's short on the exam, to be honest. And once you can, as you can see, look at the question stems based on the information, and then look at the question stem. This passage would most likely be found in the first paragraph as used in paragraph 3. It can be inferred according to. Now these are question stems you're going to see on the exam, of course, because if you know the exam, you know that you are going to get question stems like the one I just. Here's another one. Based on the information in the passage as used in paragraph 3, as used in the final paragraph. Yes, so that concludes what is in practice by levels. Now we're going to look at short comprehension. Now this, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't really used this. The reason being, when you click on it, there are like 3 passages. On the general knowledge reading exam, there are going to be like 2 passages that you have to answer questions for. Like you're going to have like ones not with 3 passages, but just 2. And then here are the question stems. So I would advise not using short comprehension, but using the extra comprehension reading. It has like 20 practice questions Let's look at test number 1. As you can see, test number 1 just has 2, and that's the same for the rest of the passages as well. You can come there, like you're gonna get passages like these on the exam where you have to read 2 passages and answer the questions for them. So as I always advise, try to understand each passage first, and then focus on the questions for passage 1, and then focus on the questions for passage 2, and then focus on the question that has to do with both passages, because they're gonna ask you questions that has to do with, like, maybe like they're gonna take 2 statements and then they're gonna ask you what's the difference or what's the similarity. So I really like this app. Here is another one. Yes, so I really like this app. Now I'm gonna show you in the other app. So this is what the other app looks like when you go on Play Store. So we're gonna open it now. This is what it looks like when you open it. I do not know about the TOEFL or the TOEIC, but the reason why I like this app is because of its structure. It is structured similar to how the general knowledge reading exam is. Let me show you. So this is what it looks like when you press. You have different levels, and then we're gonna go with level 7. So you see, it's structured just like how the general knowledge reading exam is structured, with the passage on the top you can slide up and down, and then the questions on the bottom that you can skip through. The only thing with these, there aren't much questions. They're just probably like 4 questions or so, but you're basically reading the passage and then you're clicking the answers. I'm not really reading. I'm just showing you an example. And then yes, and then it will score you. So when it scores you, it actually shows you the right answer afterwards, in highlighted in green. So as you can see, for number 1 I chose keeping the bird warm, and then none of the above was the answer. Let's look at lesson 20. It's the same thing. As I advised you guys before, this is not for like to really, it's not gonna really, I can't guarantee it's gonna help you to pass your exam, but I can guarantee that it's a good practice to help you to prepare for the exam, because the more passages you practice, the more you get used to reading passages, to answering questions. If you want me to do a passage with you, please comment down below. Remember that when you're reading the questions, the question stem is what is very important. For example, Bruce Lee was like John Wayne because he was. If you realize who they're talking about, Bruce Lee and John Wayne. So it's like you're making a comparison. So Bruce Lee was like John Wayne because he was, and then you would go ahead and read. To be honest, I could do another video where I give you reading tips, because I took this exam a lot of times. I could tell you, give you tips, and kind of give you an idea of how to pass this exam. Well, yes guys, so that concludes my video on the 2 apps I used to pass my exam. Once again, these two apps I used to practice on the go when I was out in public not doing anything, or when I'm home I just finished practicing a lot of passages and I want to lay down and just practice some more on my phone. So thank you for tuning in to my video. Please check out my other videos. I will be making a video about other parts of the exam as well. Remember, there are 4 sections, so I might just make a video with the other sections. Thank you for tuning into my channel, guys. Until next time.